says, including economic and social damage, different forms of violence and displacement. Dear colleagues, in this very assembly, during the last years, we discussed the issue of migrants, refugees, and unaccompanied children several times. Now, speaking about this issue, of course, I will speak about my country, which became affected by armed conflict in 1992. Armenia's aggression against Azerbaijan has resulted in the occupation of 20% of the territory of Azerbaijan and full-scale war and mass displacement, when thousands of people, including women and children, were killed and forced to flee their native lands and homes. Total number of refugees and IDPs in Azerbaijan accounted for 1 million, many of whom were women and children. Discussing this issue, I'd like to mention that there are long-term challenges for the children affected by Nagorno-Karabakh conflict. For example, rehabilitation and reintegration, as well as protection of these children. After so many years, not all of them managed to reintegrate into society. In practice, they are still living the lives of refugees in their own country, and unfortunately, these will continue until their right of return to their homes and live in dignity is guaranteed. Ensuring protection of children during armed conflicts is particularly difficult. For example, a large proportion of Azerbaijani rural children live in the conflict zone, in the vicinity of the front line, and continue to be subject of indiscriminate attacks. Despite the ceasefire agreement, these children still face the risk of survival while playing in the courtyard, going to school, sitting at home, and etc. I would like to note that because of the Armenian-Azerbaijani Nagorno-Karabakh conflict, 193 Azerbaijani children were killed by Armenian vandals. 61 children are still missing and 27 are in captivity. Despite the announcement of a ceasefire in 1994, within the last period, 32 children have become victims of Armenian terror. 13 of them died and 19 injured. Among them, Faris Badala was killed when he was playing with his friends in their courtyard. In July 2011, Shakhmalieva Aygun was killed. 5-year-old Elshan was wounded, and many other children are victims of this armed conflict. And just last year, at 2 years, Zahra Gulieva, she was killed by Armenian sniper, and now she is a symbol of all victim children of Nagorno-Karabakh conflict. Dear colleagues, all these examples demonstrate how far Armenia ignores all the international legal documents, essential humanitarian initiatives, goes on killing children in most brutal ways. Thank you.
Thank you. The next speaker is Rafael Hossein from Azerbaijan.
Thank you, Chair. Initially, I congratulate the rapporteur on an excellent report on an important topic. During the years of childhood and youth, our generation had the occasion of seeing the real war solely in movies. Much time had already passed since the end of the Second World War. Pains had been forgotten, and the war was among our childish sports. However, I do not really believe that the war games have had the place in the entertainments of the kids residing in Europe's and the world's various military conflict zones who tasted the horrors of bloody confrontations, as well as eyewitnessed the furor of gun, sounds of bullets, and the ruins in their child life. The fear of war henceforth will accompany them throughout the rest of their lives, and no one will be any more able to treat them as well as free them of his fear completely. Perhaps the heaviest blow of war to society is its stealing from children their inferiority, their joy, their confidence, and their childhood as a whole. We are thinking of the ways to protect children suffering from wars and military conflicts. I am confident that we should think not about the softening the consequences of war and military conflicts, but about the eliminating such conflicts themselves. Now, when we are sharing these thoughts here, some missile launched by occupant Armenian army and the fire opened by it are frightening away, injuring and murdering some sleeping Azerbaijani child in the frontier zone. There was a little pretty Azerbaijani girl called Zahra. She had come to the world for being happy as everybody. A few months ago, on July of 2017, this 14-month-old infant, together with her grandmother, were killed by Armenian armed forces in the settlement of Alikhanli of the Fizuli region of Azerbaijan. This is a picture of that child, that little angel. If each of us could imagine a face of his own child or grandchild in the place of unfortunate Zahra, this murdered angel, there would be no conflicts, no war, and no need for such debate. So why cannot we do it? That is a key question. Thank you.